Hey everyone. So, the next movie we're going to be talking about is Wreck-It Ralph. And I don't really have like a testimonial thing about this movie. I don't know. I mean, yeah, not really. I mean, the next movie that we're going to be talking about, Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. Now, that one is going to have a big impact on my life. That one actually has an impact on my life right now, but I don't want to get into that right now. So I do have an article that we can read just so that you guys can at least learn something. I mean, who knows? Maybe as I'm reading this, I'll think of a testimony that I forgot. But yeah. So, lessons that can be learned from Wreck-It Ralph. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. How can we learn any life lessons from Wreck-It Ralph, a children's movie? Sure, he seems like he has the intelligence of a shiny rock, and he doesn't seem to do much more than destroy things due to his anger issues, which are never fully explained. Still, if you look beneath the surface of his overly large forearms, you may find something of value to the audience. There are many life lessons to be learned from Wreck-It Ralph. It has many encouraging morals and lessons to be learned for a child to understand many aspects of life, or an adult. Number one, don't judge a book by its cover. One lesson to be learned from Wreck-It Ralph is to not judge a book by its cover. Ralph, like Felix, does his job every day like he is programmed to do. Ralph is seen as an awful person because of the role in the game that he plays, and Felix is seen as the great one because of the job that he plays. However, Felix wouldn't be the hero that he is without Ralph. Felix's job is only caused by the damage that Ralph inflicts. Without Ralph, Felix would just be a nobody with no life purpose. But Ralph being the villain of the game gives Felix something to do that makes everyone love him for saving them. This teaches the audience that it's not Ralph's fault he was put into that role and that he should be given as much praise as Felix because he does his job and keeps society in order. Ralph not feeling accepted by his peers creates anger in him, which sparks the entire movie plotline. Eventually, the citizens in his game learn to accept him and become friends with him. They enjoy his presence and now know how great of a guy he really is and becomes best friends with Fix-It Felix Jr. Number two, friendship. If there is one thing Ralph has taught us, it's about friendship. There are many cases of Ralph making and losing friends. In the first movie, he has no friends and no one likes him. But once realizing how special Vanellope was to him, he finds the true meaning of friendship and how it matters in his life. Sure, it's a bit creepy how he stalks this 8-year-old. She's not 8 years old, she's like 9. And we don't really have any idea what those two may have in common that makes them friends. Actually, they're nobodies. They're nobodies in their own games. That's what they have in common. Think about it. Ralph is a bad guy. He doesn't fit in his game. He's jealous of Felix always getting praised. That's why he leaves his game to get a medal. Vanellope was the star of her game. You know, she was a princess of Sugar Rush. And then, lo and behold, King Candy, aka Turbo, somehow reprogrammed the game, changed everybody's, brainwashed everybody, and destroyed her code, making her a glitch. So, yeah. So basically, they think that they're nobodies, but then they learn that they're not. Anyway, still, the bonds of friendship run deep. Also, towards the start of the movie, Ralph's friend Q*bert has his game unplugged and has nowhere to live. He becomes homeless in the world of the arcade games. But at the very end of the movie, Ralph helps his friend live a great life by including him in the bonus round of his game. How many times have we needed a friend to open up a bonus round for us? Ralph makes his friend's life so much better, and Q*bert becomes forever thankful to him. This theme also continues in the second movie. Oh. Yeah, I guess I'll read this. Ralph breaks the internet. In this movie, Ralph is constantly becoming more sad when his best friend Vanellope von Schweetz is always seeming to ignore Ralph and hang out with a larger variety of people. He becomes jealous and ends up corrupting the entire internet with viruses because he is very insecure and broken. Sure, he nearly crashes all of mankind because of his insecurity issues, but that only shows us that all people are human after all. But later on, he fixes everything and risks his life to save the internet, only to realize that Vanellope really does care about him. He learns that he can't always be jealous, and that makes him the great friend he is to Vanellope. Why Vanellope still wants to be friends with Ralph, we may never know, but that's not what's important. What's important is that Ralph learned to be a good friend. Yeah. Number 3, self-acceptance. At the beginning of the first movie, Ralph is hated and wants what Felix has, acceptance and validation. Ralph then goes on a journey to change the way people view him. While searching for these things, he inevitably destroys his life and the lives of others around him every time that he tries to change the way that others see him. Also, just because people see Felix as better doesn't mean that his life was better. But along this journey, he learns things such as empathy and compassion. He realizes that he should accept himself for who he is and says, I'm bad and that's good. I will never be bad and that's not. I'll never be good and that's not bad. Ralph's statement is a great example of how we should all accept ourselves for who we are. So in the end, Ralph realizes how he was already the best version of himself and that he should not focus on what others thought of him. Exactly. I agree. Number 4, caring and compassion. Another life lesson that can be learned from Wreck-It Ralph is caring and compassion. In the beginning of the first movie, Ralph lives a pretty lonely life without anyone to care for him or for him to show compassion towards. When he meets Vanellope, he learns to care for someone and have another person in his life that cares for him. This relationship overall teaches Ralph to be a better person. Many others could learn from that. Sure, Ralph destroys just about everything he comes into contact with, but that's no reason to judge him. After all, haven't we all had a friend that destroys everything they touch? No. Well, either way, it's important to be accepting, even if he is a destructive giant with anger issues. Conclusion. Wreck-It Ralph, as silly as it may seem, teaches its audience good life lessons and morals. Ralph transforms throughout the movie to become a better person overall. People can really understand ways to be more helpful and kind to people that we can see from Ralph, such as helping his friends out in time and needing or having self-acceptance among yourself. Wreck-It Ralph teaches its audience, mainly children, life lessons that will stick with them for the rest of their lives. That's actually very good. I like that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video. I don't know how long the next video is going to be. That one is going to probably have a lot. I'm probably going to be doing a lot of research to go through because there's a lot in Ralph Breaks the Internet that has an impact on my life. Seriously. It's like the whole movie, that whole entire movie is my life right now. And you guys are going to figure out why. Yeah. I actually honestly can't wait to share it with you guys because Ralph Breaks the Internet is like my most favorite movie right now. So, yeah. Well, until Frozen 2 comes out, maybe then I'll forget about Vanellope. No. Well, we're gonna say that. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video and stay tuned for the next one.